Hello everyone, and welcome to week 13 of this weight loss journey. And I can't believe it's now been 3 months, beyond 3 months, since this all started. It's been a very interesting 3 months for all of us. We're now moving, as part where I'm located in the Pittsburgh area, to the green phase. I'm not sure if every state uses a phase, but the green phase is to open up businesses. So bars and restaurants have been opening up. They announced a opening date for amusement park Kennywood here. So we're kind of slowly working our way out, I guess you could say, of this pandemic. But are we? I guess that's the other thing too, because it depends on what you see and what you read. The World Health Organization says, you can't. It's very rare to get this disease from asymptomatic people, and then the doctor for the U.S., the main doctor, is saying that's not true and they don't know what they're talking about. So everybody kind of needs to get on the same page so we can all figure out and go on about our lives, whether it's something where we need a mask, we don't need a mask. Look, I'm going to be one of those people that's going to wear a mask until they tell me not to wear a mask. I try to do my best to avoid the I'm trying not to interject myself in anything if I go to the grocery store. The only thing I haven't figured out in the grocery store, and I don't think this is helping anyone, is the one-way thing. I always forget until halfway through that they put the one-way lanes. I just, I browse, I feel, I touch. I'm not a great pandemic shopper, so that's definitely something where that's the only downside. But I try to do my best to avoid get out of people's way and go about my business. But I'm gonna be one that's gonna wear a mask until they say for sure don't wear a mask. I know people think that's some sort of social freedom or some construct that this is against their lifestyle. And don't get me wrong, wearing masks out in public and doing stuff sucks. It's not great, but there's a reason why we're doing it. We're doing it so you don't get me sick and I don't get you sick. But the one thing it has done, this pandemic, is it's given me the time and the freedom to be able to work on myself, and I've been trying to work on that to the tune of 30 pounds down. It's given me that ability, but for some reason this week, everything about the general uncertainty of things has really kind of taken a toll on me. I don't know if it's just I don't know what it is exactly, but it's partly the goal of feeling accomplished. Like, man, I really worked hard last week to drive down 30 pounds. I hit that 30-pound mark, with a 0.2 pound exception, but I hit that 30-pound mark and I felt great. And then, I do this weird thing where, if I do something, if I hit a goal, if I feel accomplished, then I'll go well, I did that. Time to take a back seat and relax a little bit. And that's sadly kind of what I did this week with the weight loss. I didn't work as hard on the bike. I didn't try as hard as I could. Let's put it that way. Now, we don't have much here to eat in terms of snack wise. We're kind of limiting our snacks, and I haven't been doing a ton of snacks really anyway, but dinners wise, I haven't exactly done my best. I'm eating not necessarily as much fish as I should be eating, not necessarily as much healthy food as I should be eating, so I am going to work on going back to that. My legs, from doing the 20-mile biking and the regular biking, running the stairs, doing the squats, all this stuff, that my legs were telling me no for a few days. For a few days they were telling me no, this is too much. They were sore. It hurt to get up. It hurt to get out of bed. I mean, not just beyond a level sore. And the idea is you're supposed to push through that, but unfortunately I did not. So I know I need to work harder. I have a feeling I'm in for either a stagnant week or sadly even a weight gain, just because I know I didn't push myself as hard as I could have. So if it's a gain, it's something that, I'm going to have to work much harder, because the point being is I want to be down. I don't want to give myself a 2.2 pound exception. I want to lose the weight. So I want to be beyond 30 pounds. The second thing about hitting a goal is that you have to now push harder to get beyond that goal. So I definitely want to be beyond that. It's also going to be difficult because if I'm starting to lift weights, I'll be building up muscle, and that's going to be weight gain. So I have to kind of find a fine line of losing weight but also gaining muscle, and not feeling discouraged if I'm up a couple pounds, but that's a couple pounds of muscle, not a couple pounds of weight. So we're gonna step on that scale and see what it's all about this time, and hopefully at best we kind of hover around what we've been, and at worst, sadly, we may have gained. I may have gained. So I'm gonna check that out. We're gonna see what it's all about, and we'll go from there. Wanted to get my squats in. If I can do this properly. Whew. All right, here goes nothing. $265. How disappointing. Well, there it is, 265 even. Marks only the second time in now 13 weeks where I actually gained weight from the previous week. And, I think that's a bit to be expected. But I really pushed hard last week to hit that 30-pound milestone in the 12 weeks. I had a feeling I was due for a down week. And to be honest, I didn't push myself nearly as hard as I had done in previous weeks. I kind of took it easy. Also, I was kind of sore, but I really haven't done much regularly outside of the yoga that affects the upper body. So I've been looking into different, trying to get either maybe a curl bar or just a standard weight bar to do some weightlifting, because I think it's now the time where I'm down a bunch of weight, and I didn't want to necessarily carry that additional weight into just lifting weights. I wanted to be down a bit before I started lifting weights, so I'm going to be looking into that. But I knew that with a 3-pound weight loss the past week, that I had a feeling I would either break even or maybe even go up. So I was kind of resigned to that fate, and unfortunately that's where we are. The biggest downside of that being that I'm now at the 29-pound mark and not the 30-pound mark, because I gave myself a little 0.2 pound cushion. I can't give myself a full pound cushion. I unfortunately can't. So back to 29 pounds lost, unfortunately, does not sound nearly as good as 30. And that's kind of to be expected. So I know I can do better. I'm going to try harder this new week coming up, because I want to be not just at 30 pounds, I want to be beyond 30 pounds. And I feel like this is the wake-up call for me to get there. So, as with anybody who's going on a weight loss journey and people that have lost weight in the past, that it doesn't always work in the favor you want to. Days you feel like you worked hard, you'll go up or you'll stay stagnant. So in this circumstance, I don't feel like I had my greatest week ever. I have to work harder for next week. I want to get down beyond that 30 pounds. That's the goal. I want to be 31 or 32. I don't know, if I'm going to do this yo-yo thing for a few weeks. The hope being is that I can push harder and do better and be down significantly beyond the 30 pounds starting next week. But thank you guys so much for watching. I always greatly appreciate your feedback and your comments. If you want to support me on Patreon, there's a link in the description below. You can throw in a few bucks just to support the cause. If you would like to buy a t-shirt, like one of these bad boys right here, check it out on Spreadshirt. You can Google Spreadshirt, TomWasHere. The only downside I found out in regards to the t-shirt is you're only going to get this main logo. I added the text. I wish there was a way to permanently add the text so you can put whatever you want on there, because I have a few different designs, but I had to add the text to each of those designs. They're just basically the logo by default, which might be something you want, but if you want to go buy a t-shirt, do that. I would greatly appreciate it. Always cool to see in public. If you tag on social media, I'll happily give you a shout out and a retweet and all that stuff. Take a picture with you if I see you in public or whatever you like. But thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will be a little bit better and down a little bit further next week. But until then, bye everyone.